I'm Lewis, John age, I'm 25 this year, from Southend, never left.
My name's Liam Clark, I'm 19 years of age and I've been at Run Free since 2020 when it was first founded.
My name's Ant Clark, without the E, it's important.
My name is Chris Phillips and I am one of the co-founders of Run Free. Run Free uses sport to help those that are suffering from mental health issues. Ultimately, that's the ethos of what we're about, and that's why we were first created a few years ago now. So that's what we use as like a coping mechanism when we get out and about and have a good laugh and have some fun and play football and do various other events. But ultimately at the root of it is just trying to help those that are suffering with mental health issues feel a bit better about themselves and to not feel alone. Everyone's in it together.
This group and everything that deals with it is very open. That's kind of it's one of the things that we kind of say to everybody, is that anybody can come along regardless of age, size, skill set, gender, you name it, whatever. Absolutely anybody is welcome.
I was on Twitter and it was just suggested because I don't know if you've spoken to Liam. I've known Liam through other friends, and he shared a Run Free post and it said, yeah, if anyone wants to come down. So I said straight away, I'm interested, and then yeah, been here ever since.
Chris and Eddie came to me. I was doing a little bit of media at the time and they asked me to do a bit of editing for their videos and for their photos before Eddie went into his graphics. I went along to the first session, ended up going in goal. Actually felt just coming out of lockdown was probably best for me to actually come and get involved with everyone that was there, and it was a saving grace for me in truth.
Unfortunately, I've been through my own mental health issues, and when I was getting the treatment and I tried everything and still have medication and still go counselling and things like that, which I'm not afraid to sort of talk about or ashamed, because I think that's part of the problem is that some people are and they don't like to admit to these things and think that they're weaker or that people are going to think less of them. So I was going through the treatment and there were various different groups and therapy sessions that were available, and I just noticed that there was nothing to do with sport. So I just thought that there was something that could be done to try and help people similar to me. So that's how it started. I had a conversation with a friend of mine, Eddie, and he had everything that I didn't, and it worked quite well together in a partnership to get us up and running, and it's grown and grown and grown.
I fell into a bit of a rut a few years back. Recently lost my job due to COVID as well, so I kind of had a lot of free time on my hands, which affected me in a very negative manner, as many other people up and down the country did. So I was kind of mainly looking for something to get me out of the house, kind of get me out of my slump and things like that. I've always been a football fan, may not necessarily partaked. I was kind of just scrolling through social media and Google and just demon scrolling, and I found these guys. I found that they were local, found their Instagram page, and simple as dropping them a DM.
I love it. Honestly, when the session finishes, I'm counting down 2 weeks to the next one. I love it. I wish it was weekly. It's not, for me, it's not enough that it's every 14 days. Yeah, every time I'm here, my mood's lifted. It just does wonders. I think it's like you can sit and talk to people about your struggles and things like that, but actually physically doing things to emotionally let it out when sometimes you can't really get the words to. That's why it resonates so well with me, and probably why everyone else comes here.
I believe I'm the youngest here, but it's also matured me as a person, I think, as well. I mean, being around a group of adults, an incredible group of people as well, definitely sort of, showed me adulthood and just helps me progress, really.
Being here has helped me a lot more than I ever thought it would. At first, this literally just came around as something for me to get up and do, have an excuse to kind of keep myself active and motivated and try and get myself out of a bit of a slump. I honestly didn't realise that being here would not only become part of my routine, but definitely something that I actively look forward to doing.
There's a stigma, sadly, that we can't open up and we have to be strong, and I think that's from sort of previous generations. Not so much anymore, because there's more sort of, not popularity is not the word, but mental health had a boost, an increase in interest, especially with men's mental health as well. But we still struggle to open up, so that's why I think sport's so important. And that's why you see there's so many boys here today. We always get a massive turnout. So I think instead of the whole stigma of if you can't talk it out, at least you can run it out. So that's the whole point of the group.
I think just to be yourself, really. I think being at school, there's so many different stigmas and things. When I started doing media, I got a little bit of backlash for it. But now I just sort of coming to Run Free made me learn to actually just stick by it, be yourself, do what makes you happy. and now I'm probably the happiest I've ever been, and it's all thanks to Run Free really, because they gave me a platform to progress on from.
I think there's always an awful lot that goes on with Run Free, and I think the nicest thing is that ultimately we don't know where it's going to go. So you can have big ambitions of maybe there being other Run Free centres around the country and people copying what we do and trying to help other people in different areas. I think we just want to keep on doing what we do. I think fundraising wise, we've probably raised about £55,000 for Mind now, our local branch of Mind, which is great. We work closely with them, and I've become a trustee for them through doing the stuff through Run Free as well. So I think we just want to keep on getting bigger and better, keep on attracting more people, keep putting these sessions on free of charge, and keep fundraising really.
I would recommend here, for a little bit like me, the idea of seeking help via group therapies or normal therapy, things like that. Something like that is incredibly daunting and terrifying, and my brain just couldn't quite handle the idea of that. So having somewhere to come, it's outside, it's out in the open with people that really kind of get it. They're like, everybody here in one way or another, past, present or future, has gone through some uncertain times and some hard times. But doing this through sport helps you in other ways as well, because not only has it helped me in terms of my mental health, it's definitely kept me up and about and physically better. So I owe a tremendous amount to the guys here and just being here.
It just allows you to be yourself. It helps me loads, and I think it would help people so much. Just come an hour every 2 weeks. You run off steam that you didn't even realise you needed to run off throughout the week, whether it's work, college, university. You just forget everything for a whole hour. You meet a great bunch of people. You make friends for life, and I've certainly done that here.
It's a weight off your shoulders, honestly. Everyone here is a laugh. I came here knowing one person, and now I know everyone here. Everyone here is so welcoming, like Ant's lovely. Actually, I can name all the boys here. Spoke to every single one of them. We speak to them off the pitch. There's group chats, we have the Facebook page. You will feel anxious if it's something you struggle with, anxiety, or people struggle being lonely, turning up to things like this, especially if they're not coming with a friend. But the moment you're here, you make tons of friends so easily.
I think proud would be the best word to describe how I feel. It's such a great group of people, and it's also a support mechanism. It does bring a sense of reassurance, because you realise that actually this is quite normal and other people can go through it. And I think when you come to the football sessions for an hour or so, everybody just forgets about everything that's going on for the rest of the week, and that's still the case for me as well. I might be the one that runs it or whatever it is, but I still get as much out of the sessions as everybody else, and still enjoy it as much as I did from the very first day.
Being at Run Free allowed me to actually start engaging with people again. It made me more sociable, and if anything now, if it wasn't, as I say, I keep saying it, if it wasn't for Run Free, I wouldn't be socialising with people, I wouldn't have the confidence I've got now. I think I'm a lot more extroverted than I was, and I didn't think that was possible. Definitely made me who I am, as opposed to what I was meant to be in society.
The main thing that I hope people get if they do come along is, first of all, it's kind of just a sense of being welcome. I felt that immediately. I remember my first time here, I actually sat in the car park for about 15 minutes before the thing even started, kind of, doing the whole, do I go in, do I not, do I go home kind of thing. And I'm so glad that I did come, because I immediately had such a warm welcome from everybody. No one really asked why I decided to come. They just accepted that I was here and knew that I had my reasons and things like that. And it's ended up coming that, quite a few of these guys now, even outside of here, they are my friends, and they're people that I know that I can call to, and we have each other's back, and we're there for each other, and it's just a really nice tight group, and I feel like that's what I needed in that moment, and I feel like there are other people out there that also need that too.
Give us a message, and we're always accommodating. It doesn't matter how good you are, how bad you are, that's not what we're about. We're not a competitive football team, we're not about winning games or anything like that. I think sometimes in the future people, or in the past even, people can have played football and be worried that they're not as good as the rest of the players. Well, that doesn't matter here. It's not about how good you are, even I play, so that shows you that it doesn't matter at all. So yeah, as long as you're above 16, boys, girls, whatever, you can come along and play, and you'll be more than welcome to come along and join our crazy but lovely group.